Meeting of the Elyria School Board. Would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Elick? Not here. Mr. Gebhardt?
Here.
Ms. Karstafen?
Here.
Mr. Hauser?
Here.
Mrs. Seguin?
Here.
Thank you. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to introduce our group up here. To my far left is Colleen Ahold, our treasurer. Lynn Hauser, board member. Annie Karstafen, board member. And Elaine Sequin, also board member. And our superintendent is on her way, Ann Schloss. And I'm Mike Gebhardt, I'm vice president. Mr. Elick is out of town, so I guess I'll be leading the meeting tonight. At this point, we have a couple speakers. Matt Sawerka, our middle school AD. Do you want to come up?
All right. Elyria School Board, Superintendent Ann Schloss, Treasurer Colleen Holt, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak in front of you today. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I want to take a few minutes to show gratitude towards two of our students here today, Christian and Nick Rogers. To me, there's a lot of benchmarks of what a successful athletic department looks like. Could be opportunities for students to succeed, college scholarships, or state championships. To me, there's a lot of things that go beyond that that aren't really measurables, and one of those are what our kids do, how they act, and the character of the kids within our program. While the two behind me talk more than anybody could imagine, are constantly hungry, they always have embarked the characteristics of what we look for in our student athletes. They work hard, always have a good attitude, and compassionate beyond belief. For those of you guys that don't know what the club is that we run, this was kind of our first go at something that we want to see be a bigger picture. So Coach Delk and I, the other coach that helped run it, we started a basketball club at Northwood. Kind of roll the basketballs out a few days a week for 5th and 6th graders, see who shows up, see where we're at from there, and try to build from it. I talked to Nick and Chris one day after school about it, and I jokingly said that I would feed them if they would show up. They didn't say yes, I think they just said Chipotle. So with that, those two have went to every basketball that we've, am I wrong? With that, those two have gone to everything that we've had, and they've really taken ownership over the club. They're the first two in getting kids warmed up. They get the kids to do form shooting, stretches, everything that I can imagine. They really have gone above and beyond to help run the entire thing, and truly we couldn't have run it without them. Nick and Christian, thank you both for all you do. Words cannot express how proud I am of you two. I don't have kids yet of my own, but when I do, if they're anything like you, I'm going to be in trouble. No, sorry. So come on up. I got something for you guys.
All right, really good.
Can I make a quick mention?
Yes.
Some of you may remember, if you're as old as I am, their grandfather was a star basketball player for Elyria High, Brian Rogers, if you remember. Did I get that right? He's at every game. He's at every game, so congratulations.
Excellent. Thank you, guys.
Dick and Trish, you want to come up?
Come up.
You have to make speeches now. Like the cause.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Thank you. Looks forward to seeing you.
Good job.
I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
The future, yes.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, we do have somebody signed up for 5 minutes. Is Eileen as a chairman? Would you come up to the table, state your name, your address, and what you're going to talk about?
Hello, I am Eileen Sherman. You remember me from about a month ago. I left you all similar beverages then, plus notes with 2 parcel listings with the Lorraine County auditors.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I don't think this is on.
It is.
Okay, well, then I can just inhale
Use
it
your
like this.
teacher voice, right?
Yeah, I don't have one of those. I'll just inhale the microphone. Okay. Okay, let's start over. My name is Eileen Sherman. Address is 1080 North Pasadena, Little Old Lady, well, not yet, from obviously Elyria. I was here about a month ago, leaving you similar beverages with little notes of two, what do they call them, parcel numbers for the Lorraine County, I think GIS Auditor's Office. I don't have the title quite correct, but anyway, so I'm just here to follow up. Those two parcels, if you remember, they have, they're just undeveloped. They're a creek, trees, lots of other critters. They're by the new Northwood. The one end of them, one end of the two parcels dead ends into Abbey, just the west side of Abbey, just north of the new Northwood, and the other end of it kind of just meanders into the big Gulf Road area where there's the golf club and down in there. So I gave you those parcel numbers last month and had asked if you might be willing to give them to Lorraine County Metro Parks, and I gave you all his phone number on that note, and I have it again if you need it. So I'm just here following up with tasty beverage, and hint, hint, guess what Saturday is? For those of you that haven't figured it out yet, it's Earth Day, April 22nd. So want to celebrate the birthday of all of us by giving some land to the Metro Parks. Hint, hint. I live, or my grandmother's house is abutted to one of those parcels, so I'd like to see that they stay that way. I remember walking through the creek down there as a kid, and actually even over to Whitman, because that's where my parents live actually, so I could go down the creek, up one end to my grandma's tree, up one end to my parents' tree. I remember I really liked it, and you know, with all this global warming and crazy stuff going on, the more we can save, we're only saving ourselves. I mean, the land isn't, we humans think we own it, we don't. As someone wisely once said, it's just on loan to us as caretakers for the next generation. So, I'm not very eloquent. That was some quotes, but they're smart ones, so they stuck in my head. But basically, I'm just here to remind you, follow up, and cross my fingers that you'll just call a vote and say yes, and give Mother Nature a birthday present on Saturday. So,
Thank you.
Thank you, but we have not had a chance to discuss that yet when Greg gets back from.
I will come back.
Okay,
Just like global warming, it doesn't go away, it just comes back.
thank you.
Thank you.
Any board agenda items? No? Okay. I have a motion to approve the April 5th, 2023 Board meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay. Did you want to call the
Yeah,
Roll.
Mrs. Sequin, would she do the?
Aye.
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
Treasurer's actions.
I have the financial statements to be approved for March, and then I also have the approval of a couple purchase orders to follow the district's purchasing procedures. And that's it.
I have a motion to approve the items recommended by the treasurer.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
We have, want to call the roll? Oh, discussion? Questions? Nothing?
Ms.
Call the
Karstoffen?
roll?
Aye.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mrs. Sequin?
Aye.
Treasurer other.
I also have the tax rates for approval. This is certified the tax rates by the county to allow us to collect the taxes. And I believe an expulsion hearing for Wednesday, May 3rd. And that's it.
Could I have a motion to approve the items recommended by the treasurer?
I'm sorry, you need volunteers for the expulsion hearings.
Oh. Was that in this?
I think,
I'm sorry. Elaine Sequin said she would do it, and I said I would do it. And Len Hauser and Karstaffen and Greg Ellick will be our alternatives. Do you want to do it?
No.
Okay. Now could I have a motion?
Motion?
Second?
Support.
Want to call the roll?
I'm sorry, who's second? Ms. Segwin?
I did.
Oh, you did, Mr. Karster. Thank you. Mr. Hauser.
Aye.
Ms. Karstaffen.
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt.
Aye.
And Ms. Segwin.
Aye.
Treasurer's report.
The only report I have is the governor budget is hopefully coming out soon by July 1st, and the House Finance Committee is expected to make another round of changes, and that should be hopefully voted on by the end of March, and that's important to us because 40% of our revenues comes from the state budget. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We don't have an OFCC report. Superintendent?
thank you, Mike. First of all, to approve the purchase of Envision AGA curriculum for 9 through 12. And just so you know, that is grant funded, so that is nice. Also to approve the resolution accepting the lowest responsible and responsive bid of Always Construction. If you remember, Mr. Kokai reported out last time to tell you what we were doing, and I sent a little note this
Yes.
week just to remind you of all the details.
Yes.
And that concludes my action items.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion to approve the items recommended by the superintendent.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Oh. You want to call the roll?
Ms. Karstaffen.
Aye.
Ms. Segwin.
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt.
Aye.
Mr. Hauser.
Aye.
Superintendent other.
Thank you. Well, I can't believe it's this time of year, but here we go. Our early college list of graduating seniors, and it's always exciting to start to talk graduation, and so many of these students have been with us for so long. So I'd like to approve the graduation list of students for our early college program, pending completion, obviously, of all local and state requirements. And that concludes those items.
Okay. So there's 35 of them.
Yes.
Amazing. Is that more than normal? or-
It's about par for the course, but sometimes we've had up to 50. And you're going to see the list grow as it becomes just Elyria's program. We're phasing out, as you know, Lorraine is just going, they have their own early college on site. So they have one more year, and then it's just Elyria. But some of them are open enrolled, and that's why. But there's about 200 students total out there.
And so they wind up with an associate's?
An associate's and a high school diploma at the same time.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Can I have a motion to approve the items recommended by the superintendent?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Discussion? Want to call the roll?
Ms. Segwin.
Aye.
Mr. Hauser.
Aye.
Ms. Karstaffen.
Abstain.
Mr. Gebhardt.
Aye. Personnel action.
All right. First of all, to approve the unpaid leave of absence for the following certified staff. To approve the appointment of the following certified staff. We're still hiring substitute teachers. Also to approve the appointment, we have a new counselor, high school counselor. As you know, Mr. Burke is retiring. So welcome, Courtney. Also to approve the retirement of the following classified staff. Deb Redpath has been with us for 25 years, and we thank her for her service. She's been a great employee. Also to approve the appointment of the following classified staff, and that concludes my personnel action items.
Okay, thank you. Could I have a motion to approve the personnel items as recommended by the superintendent?
So moved.
Second?
Second, please.
She got it down there. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, you got it?
Any
Okay.
discussion?
Yeah, I got it, I said second.
Discussion? Okay, you want to call the roll?
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
Other personnel items recommended by the superintendent?
No, just my report tonight, if you'd like me to move forward with that. Um, Just a reminder, on May 12th, we'll say this again on May 3rd, but our Special Olympics for Lorraine County, that is probably one of my favorite events of the entire year. And Mel, she's out there, bring the TV cameras back on May 12th to see our Special Olympics. It's huge. Oh, you weren't listening to me. Mel, you have to come back to our Special Olympics. And bring the cameras, because it's a day to remember out at our stadium on May 12th. Also, next weekend, the Addams Family. If any of you would like to come see the play, it's the musical play. It's at the high school for 3 days, I believe Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon. This Friday, I'd like to say congratulations to all of our community engagement liaisons. We call them CELs. They're a grant funded through the School Quality Improvement Grant. We have, I believe, 7 of them, 6. But they are wonderful employees that are being recognized as heroes at the Blessing House Luncheon.
Oh, nice.
They were nominated by Natalie Matthews and Amy Higgins, and Amy, Denise, and Natalie and I get to go to that luncheon, and we're really proud of them. They do a lot of great work in the district. And this Thursday, the military ball is back. The JROTC is having a military ball at the high school. So kind of excited to stop in there. They'll be in, I guess, their blues or their greens or their whites. I'm not sure which, but they dress up, and it's quite the event. So thank you to, I believe, is it Colonel Lococo, General Lococo, Sergeant Lococo, yes. And he'll be overseeing that, and we're really excited about that. And that's all I have tonight.
Madam Superintendent, when is graduation?
That, it is, okay, hold on, it is the week of May 20, it's the 23rd is the first night, Tuesday the 23rd, and then rain date is Wednesday the 24th, and then Thursday the 25th. Hopefully, we'll be having it on Tuesday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Board of Education. Anybody have anything? We do have to approve the second reading and adoption of the following board policies: dyslexia, intervention and support, College Plus, and College Credit Plus. Can I have a motion?
A motion?
Second?
Second.
Any other discussion? We'll call the roll, Madam Treasurer.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Okay, we do need an executive session to prepare for negotiations or bargaining session with public employees concerning their compensation and other terms and conditions of their employment, and to discuss the employment, appointment, or compensation of a public employee or official as authorized under Ohio Revised Code, Section 121.22. And also,
To consider matters required to be kept confidential by federal law.
yes.
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Okay. Call the roll.
Was it Ms. Segwin? Or,
Aye.
sorry, Ms. Karstoffen? Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
All right.